Hello, in this video we're going to talk about how we can estimate an average of a population. So the scenario in this video, we're going to look at hours spent on homework each week, and we're going to survey, or we have survey results from 4 different schools and 10 students at each of those schools. So what they've given us here is the hour that they spend, or the number of hours that they spend on homework each week. So for example, we see for school 1, our 10 results were 8 hours, 12, 7, 6, 8, 6, 4, 4, and 10. So I've listed those 10 for each of the 4 schools, and we see in white the sum of those numbers. So our table to the right, we see we're going to take the mean, which would be our average. So in this video, we're going to look at the average hours spent on homework for 4 schools, and then we'll see, okay, what would the mean of the whole data be? All right, so that's what we're going to do. So school number 1, we see 73 as our total. So to find the average or the mean, we're going to divide that by the number of results that we had, which was 10 because we surveyed 10 students. So for mean number 1, or mean for the school, we could do 73 over 10, which is just going to give us approximately 7.3. Okay. So for school number 2, we added those 10 numbers up and we got 80 total hours. So if we divide that by 10, that gives us an average of 8 hours for each of those students per week. School number 3 was 77, so we can divide that by 10 to get 7.7 hours. And school number 4 were 90 hours. So if we divide that by 10, we get 9. So we look at our averages, we have 7.3, we have 8, 7.7, and we have 9. So 4 different averages there. So now what we can do is, all right, we have 4 different schools here. We are estimating the population of the entire school just based on these 10 results, which we could do. It's an estimation. And now let's take an estimation of the 4 schools. So like in total of these 4 schools, how many hours per week are we thinking that students spend on homework? So if we have these 4 values, 7.3, 8, 7.7, and 9. Okay, let's add those together. So we can do 8 and 9 would give us 17, 7.3 and 7.7 would give us 15, so 15 and 17 would give us 32. So we have 32 hours total. We had 4 schools, so we divide that 32 by 4 and we get 8. Okay, which makes sense because we had one of our schools, school number 2, the mean was 8. School number 4 was 9, so it's a little bit higher than 8. But then schools 1 and 3 were both a little bit less than 8, right? So the average makes sense there. So we're going to say on average, we're spending 8 hours per week on homework. All right, and that's how we can estimate an average of a population.